So with the Kenshiro Teraji versus Carlos Canizalez post fight review, I feel like it was a very close fight. It was a toe to toe fight. It kind of went how I thought it would go. I thought with Teraji doing what he did early in the second round when he got the knockdown, I felt like he definitely kind of he put out a lot trying to do certain things, and when he got hurt in the third round, it kind of stopped him from trying to build on that. But in the second round, when he got the knockdown, when he threw that overhand right, he didn't throw that punch throughout the fight much. Not the way he threw it in the second round. You know what I'm saying? If people feel like he did lose, the only reason I would be okay with that is because he went away from that right hand. He could have stopped him early. He could have stopped him way early because he stayed in the strategy. If you notice it, in the first, second round, it looks like Carlos was actually winning the first round, so they gave him the first round. But Teraji did the same thing in the second round, and when he did it in the second round, he got that knockdown when he kind of went away from that punch that Carlos was throwing, and he threw that overhand right. But um, I don't feel like he was doing the same thing later on in the fight, and that kind of what uh, why people feel like the fight was a little closer and things like that. But we also, because by the time he got the knockdown, right, Carlos got a knockdown the next round. So people give Carlos the first round and the third round. But I feel like, me personally, and I went through it already, I feel like from uh, rounds 4 and 5, Taraji took those. He was too active. He was walking forward the whole time. He was throwing combinations. He was on point. He was going to the body. Carlos really couldn't do much in the middle rounds. That's why I felt like Carlos was giving the fight away. I'm like, in the middle rounds. But Carlos came back in the sixth round and he hurt him again. But in the seventh and eighth round, I felt like Taraji did the same things in fourth and fifth when he was still active and coming forward. Now, when it came to the ninth round, it started to get tricky. When it came to the ninth round, it started to get tricky. That's when I was kind of like, I don't really know. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I don't really know. And then towards the end, with the 11th round, I feel like you can get that round to Carlos. And then 12th round, Taraji made it seem like he was running away from him, even though he was hitting him and landing. That's why I don't understand. That's what he should have did throughout the fight. In the 12th round, he should have did that in the fourth and fifth round. And what he did in the fourth and fifth round, he should have did in the 11th and 12th. So he kind of did things in the wrong spots. I don't feel like his trainer was giving good advice. I don't know if he was, what he was saying, but I didn't see any adjustments. And even though I don't know the language, in any sport, you can read the body language and the energy in the room. That energy was not coming from that corner. A lot of these guys, man, and then a lot of people say, well, oh, man, it's not the trainer, it's the fighter. Bro, a lot of energy got to come from these corners, bro. You know what I'm saying? People like, these are $1 million fights, and we just like, yeah. Nah, that's not what I like to see. So I feel like the trainers kind of didn't give him that fire because he was already giving them what they need. He bounced back from the knockdown because that was a hard knockdown he took in that third. Ooh, that was a hard knockdown. If that would have been early, he would have got stopped. Same thing with Carlos. Carlos kind of caught Taraji trying to stay alive. They was both like trying to survive, and there was a lot going on, man. But I feel like majority of the fight, Taraji was walking forward. He was aggressive. He got the knockdown. He got knocked down trying to get another knockdown. So it was a lot of stuff that was going on that kind of worked against him. Uh, but I felt like if he would have been patient like he was, instead of putting himself at risk like that, he wouldn't have got knocked down like that. Because when Carlos saw that knockdown, he was like, oh yeah. Because Carlos has a lot of power. Has a lot of power. But when he seen that knockdown, he was like, oh yeah, I can hang with him. That's why he ended up going at 12 rounds. That Because if you see Carlos, when he got that knockdown, he felt, oh, I'm going to go 12 rounds. I just knocked him down. Usually when he gets a knockdown like that, he'll go a full 12 or 10 rounds. But I feel like Teraji was more aggressive throughout the whole fight. It was a lot of times where Carlos was like, I think this is it throughout the fight. It was a few times. I could tell. I can really tell. But at the end, Teraji had gave up so much, and those punches from Carlos were starting to add up. He couldn't really react like he wanted to. The body shot starting to hurt. His arms and everything. He couldn't really react like he was early in the fight. But he was aggressive throughout the fight, though. People got to understand that. He was aggressive throughout the fight. All they did was trade places pretty much around the 8th, 9th, 10th round. Around them areas, I'd say the 9th round, they started trading places. But majority of the fight, Teraji was aggressive, even after the knockdown. So we have to bring that. And I'm not saying aggressive like, oh, he was just walking forward. No, he was getting busy the whole fight. I know he landed the most punches. I only got to look at the box, comfort box. I know he threw the most punches. He was busy. He did everything you could ask. Just the strategy around it wasn't what I thought. Because if you look at the 12th round, if you look at how he was bouncing around the ring, he was still good. It was still good. His body language was just bad, man. He started looking like he was defeated, but it was a fight though. Carlos, man, hey, shoot, he almost got stopped in that fight. But I feel like it was a good fight though. I'll give him about 1 point. Like I seen somebody say, I think it was like 114, 113 or something. I think that's good. That's a good card. But what I was seeing about 122, 113, nah, no way. If somebody was saying something like that, no way. But that's all I got though. Like and subscribe.